Good morning. Welcome to our daily devotion. It is Thursday. It is July 15th, and this month is half over. Wow. This year has just gone by amazingly fast. We're looking at important words in the Bible. Yesterday, we looked at the word abandon, that God promises that He will never abandon us, even though we've had people in our lives that have abandoned us. Today, we're going to look at the word ability. It's being able to do something or to achieve something. Now, we all have the ability to do certain things. Some of you do more with your ability because you put it to great tests. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Marcy. Like I think of people that have the ability to cook. We all have the ability to cook. But some of us test that ability and we make great meals, and others just kind of like don't test it and just make meals that leave a lot to be desired. I think of people that have nice yards. I drop off the guy that I golf with, Doug Van Diest, every week, and every time I drop him off, I look at his yard and just think, wow, he puts a lot of effort into his yard. They put a lot of effort into making their home look nice. We all have the ability to do that. Good morning, John. Good morning, Lily. We all have the ability to. If you have a house with a yard, you have the ability to make it look nice. But how many just leave it and the yard looks terrible? The house is not taken care of. We have abilities to do a lot of different things, but I think God wants us to stretch those abilities, to use them to great extent. Listen to this in 2 Corinthians 1:8. Says this, we did not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about the hardships we suffered in the province of Asia. We were under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure, so that we despaired even of our lives. They were under great pressure, and they suffered beyond their ability. Boy, how many people do you see that I look at my brother right now, it's just like, God, there's nothing left to him. He's suffering with pain in his final days. It's beyond almost beyond what he's capable of doing. So I look at people that I go to the gym to work out, and I look at certain people in there that are in great shape, and they're in great shape because they push themselves. They push themselves beyond. I think I've shared this before. When the first time that I ever went into that gym years ago, I was in there, and there was just a young girl that was over on this leg press thing, and I saw her doing like 10 of them, and the thing was all the way down to the bottom, which is all over like 415 pounds. And when she left, I thought, man, I'm going to go try that. And I got on the machine, and it was like, oh my gosh, how did she do 10 of those? How did she do 10 of those? I could barely get the one. But I keep pushing myself. I keep pushing myself, my ability to do that. And now I can get in that machine. I'm not bragging, but I can get on the machine and do 50 of them now. Why? Because I never gave up. Because I just kept pushing myself and pushing myself. That's what God expects from us. Listen to this one even in 2 Corinthians 8:3 says, for I testify, he's talking about this church that was giving, said, I testify that they gave as much as they were able, even beyond their ability, entirely on their own. This church gave beyond what they were capable of giving to help. Paul was taking a collection for a church that was in financial need, and says this church gave beyond their ability. They gave beyond what they gave themselves. Boy, yeah, Mary. Boy, is that true? Is that true? How your husband, how Parnell just kept pushing himself beyond his ability to be able to do. He just never gave up. Just never gave up. And this church here that gave beyond their ability to give. So I guess the question is, how much do you push yourself in certain things? How much do you push? Are you just satisfied with the norm? Have you ever given financially more than what you could, or do you just give out of your excess? Remember the story in the Bible of the widow, where people are coming to give their offering in the church, and Jesus is sitting there with his disciples, and some people are coming in and putting large amounts of money, and then this little widow lady came and put in 2 small coins, and Jesus turns to his disciples and said, she gave more than all the rest of them. That our disciples could have said, no, she didn't. She only gave 2 little coins. The rest were given major money. He says, no, because she gave everything she had. Parnell gave everything he had. And think of it, I still love what he shared when he gave his testimony at Collision, how he had a choice to make. Do I feel sorry for myself and make it miserable forever with everybody around me, or do I suck it up? Do I suck it up beyond my ability and accept what God has given me and make it easier for everybody around me? That's why you two are some of my heroes in life. In 2 Thessalonians, it says this, in 7 through 10. It says, for you yourselves know how you ought to follow our example. We were not idle when we were with you, nor did we eat anyone's food without paying for it. On the contrary, we worked night and day, laboring and toiling so that we would not be a burden to any of you. We did this because we do not have the right. We did this not because we do not have the right to such help, but in order to make ourselves a model for you to follow. Wow. For when we were with you, we gave this rule. If a person will not work, they should not eat. It's like Paul was saying, we worked hard when we were among you. We worked hard to the best of our ability so that we wouldn't be a burden to you. And God expects those things. Let me read about some more here, just to help you to understand more what God is talking about. In Ephesians 3:20, it says, now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to the power that is at work within us. We are capable of doing so much more than we ever imagine. We are capable of doing more than we can imagine. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing beyond what you think you can do? Philippians 4:13 says this, I can do everything through him who gives me strength. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Colossians 3:23 tells us this. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. Whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart. So whatever you do, give it everything you've got. Do it beyond what you think you're capable of even doing. I see some people that push themselves and they get great rewards, and others that just kind of give up and then they never achieve anything. That's why 2 Timothy 1 says God did not give us a spirit of timidity. He gave us a spirit of power. We're capable of doing so much more than we know that we're able to. So you have great abilities to do great things. And many times your abilities match your spiritual gifts. Whatever you're good at, that's probably the spiritual gift that God has given you. If you're good at working with children, that's probably the spiritual gift that God has given you. If you're good at teaching, that's probably the gift that God has given you. But whatever it is, give it everything you've got. Give it everything you've got. Don't leave anything on the table. I was just talking to Dandy yesterday, and we were talking about, you'd led a great life when you're on your deathbed, not saying, I wish that I'd done this, or I wish I would have done that. You led a great life when you're on your deathbed content. And if someone says, if you could live your life over, what would you have done different? You can say, nothing. I loved my life. I did everything that I wanted to do. Can you say that? Can you say that? Start now. It's never too late. It's never too. Whatever you're doing, I don't care what it is. If it's in your church, in your neighborhood, in your home, whatever it is, do it to the best of your abilities. Don't just give it half a bill. Give it everything you've got. If you go to work, God says in His Word, work hard. Work hard even when your boss isn't looking at you. Why? That makes us a great example to others. So whatever you do, give it everything you've got. We're gonna be meeting now this Sunday in my house, starting this Sunday. People could look at that as a step backward. Easy. It would be easy for me to get down and say, "Oh gosh, we're really gone backward." And yet last night when we were at the youth group, we were talking about the great memories, and they all say the same thing. Wow, the greatest memories I have in the youth group and in the years that I've been there was when we were meeting at your home in the front yard. That's the memories I have of the youth group. So it may not be a step back, but whatever it is, I'll guarantee this: I'm going to give it everything I got. I'm going to use whatever abilities I have to the best that I can to make it as good as we possibly can. So whatever you do, give it everything you've got. Amen. Have a great day. So today, whatever you do today, give it everything you've got. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Bye.